Hello and welcome back.
Hey.
This is Hannah.
And Calissa.
And Sarah.
And we are rolling
Yeah.
on this very cold morning.
Is this
It's
the first
so
time we've
cold.
met since in December?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
No, the months are like just flying by.
They really are.
It's really, oh, jeez.
I made the podcast schedule like back in October, and I was like, wow, December, who's going to think about December now? And it's
Now
like
it's December.
here.
Yeah.
Time just goes too fast.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Well, we've got lots to discuss today.
Yeah, we're just going to do like a catch up and everything. I think last time we talked, I was at San Diego. And this time I was in Boston. It was pretty
Boston.
fun. Boston. I didn't hear any accents really.
Oh, really?
No.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Were you talking to like native Bostonians or were you talking to other people?
I was just among the crowd, I guess, and because I took my mother-in-law this time, and so we had about half a day to kind of explore the town. So I'm like, let's go to the Salem Witch Museum.
Ooh, cool.
Yeah, it's kind of
That would have been cool to see.
it sounded cool, but like the way they did it was just storytelling through mannequins. I don't know.
That's like that episode of Gilmore Girls, if you've ever seen it.
Never seen Gilmore Girls.
Okay, well, Taylor creates a museum about like Stars Hollow's founding, and it's just all like janky mannequins from like the 70s. And, like, oh, funny.
Yeah. So we did that, and I didn't really hear any accents there. And our Uber drivers, they were all Dominican Republic. They all there, which I only say because my father-in-law, he's just so much on TikTok, and he's like in the far right scare mind. And he's like, you girls don't go walking down the street because they've got a bunch of Dominican gangs, and they're just going to go up and just stab you.
Oh, that's scary.
And we're like, Michael, we'll be just fine. But we did have a lot of Dominican Uber drivers. They were super nice.
Yeah.
And they only lived in the States for like a year or two. So they still had an accent. But really nice. Drove like crazy. Everyone in Boston drives like crazy. The
Yeah.
honking is ridiculous.
Oh, gosh, honking makes me so nervous.
No, like it wasn't just like beep beep. Like it was just constant burr, 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 burr. And I'm like, why do people honk so much? And he
Did
was
your
like,
Uber driver honk?
no.
No, okay.
He just went with the flow. He was like kind of making me seasick because we were going up windy
Weaving
roads.
in and out of traffic and
Yes.
stuff. Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, can you slow down? I didn't say anything, but the honking was ridiculous. And I'm like, ugh, I don't like that.
Yeah, that gives me anxiety.
Yeah.
For sure.
But the show itself was really good. This was their third show in the tour. So they had all their lines. They knew what to say. The crowd gets super obnoxious. Like, they just want to, like, join in on every, like, hidden joke. Or, like, yeah, what's it called? A hidden joke?
Inside joke.
Inside joke.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they would just yell all the time. And,
Like to the point where they can't carry on the show?
yeah, kind of. Or, like, none of the guys can tell their story because the fans are just screaming at them.
Why?
Just an inside joke. Or they'll, like,
Weird.
yeah, I agree with you. Or, I don't know, something like that. But this
It's very
time,
unnecessary.
I was like, well, don't, because when you guys give in and you guys, like, what do
Play
you
into
say?
it,
Yeah. Then they're all going to start screaming at you.
Yeah.
So the only time they did that was when Connor, King Trout, he would just look at the crowd and be like, shut the fuck up, everybody.
Why?
But the crowd eats it. They love it.
Yeah.
They know that's them, and they're like, yeah, he just told us to shut the fuck up. I'm like, yeah, be quiet.
Listen to it.
Yeah. But so this was a really good show. And then my friend Zachary Bell, veteran with a sign, he's like, hey, they're going to do some crowd work. Let's go backstage because the show will end, and I don't want you to be, like, surrounded by people again. And that was way better.
Yeah.
So we got to be backstage while Angry Cops Richard was going through the crowd. And that's his internet personality. He's just mean to people's appearance. Like, I think he looked at one person and was like, you look like you sleep with this apnea machine or something. Like you're a walking apnea machine or something. And I'm like, oh my God. Like, I just, but people were like, yeah, that's him. That's how he is. And I'm like, I'd cry.
Yeah, I would
couldn't
too.
take that. No.
Yeah, and he'll like say other like offensive stuff too. Oh my gosh. So
So overall, better experience than
it
San
was-
Diego.
Yeah, because I think I knew what I was getting myself into, and yeah, I was like, yep, I'm ready to go backstage. So
Yeah.
hide.
Yeah. And your mother-in-law, how did she do with all of it?
She loved it.
Good.
She was taking pictures, Snapchatting everything.
Yeah, she's very social, so I could imagine that she would really
I mean, just
thrive
like
off of that.
take a picture of the door because it was, I don't know, the door to the auditorium. I don't know, just taking pictures like crazy and yeah, just living it up.
Nice. Nice. And no edibles this time.
No, I thought about it, but I'm like, I probably shouldn't.
I don't think Brandy would have wanted to take care of you. So
Right. I don't know.
Funny.
But I was like, no, I'll be sober.
yes, that's funny.
How about you? What'd you do in the beginning of December?
I'm mostly done with Christmas shopping.
Woohoo.
Need to get some pajamas. Just ordered Craig's present this morning.
Ooh,
Yeah.
does he listen? Can you tell us what it is?
Oh, no, he doesn't listen. He wants earbuds with a clip, so they clip to your ear.
yeah,
Huh?
yeah,
So that they don't fall off.
yes, and they don't go directly into your ear hole. I don't think so. Then you don't get like the hearing issues that a lot of earbuds cause.
Airbud? Or
Earbuds.
Earbuds.
Just like,
Oh,
There's,
what
like,
brand?
The Bose ones
Any-
for sure. Like those have ones that clip on your
so
ear.
he's going to wear them to the
There's a
farm.
bunch.
So
With
I
ear
was going to get him
hooks?
Bose, but
They're very
I know
expensive.
they're very
Yeah, so,
expensive,
like-
and I'm certain he's going to lose them. So I got kind of the next, actually higher
Oh, these?
rated.
No. They clip onto your like outside shell
Here, I'll show you.
of your ear.
I like my Beats Fit Pro.
They almost look like
This is what I have. Beats Fit Pro.
like a chip clip.
Yeah.
They like clip onto your.
Here, let me.
Interesting.
They look like, sorry guys, for everybody not.
I'll put it in the Instagram.
Yeah, this.
So they go out like on your outside shell, and clip into your like
Interesting.
yeah.
Yeah, so he wanted those because I got him AirPods. He loved AirPods. He used them like for a whole summer, and
they
then
didn't fall out?
And they fell out, and he lost them. So now he
He
was
should just
casually
get-
mentioning that he wanted AirPods again, but he wants them to clip on his ear.
He could get AirPod chains. I've been considering that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Why is
They
it? Why do
fall
they fall
out.
out of the ear? Is it because their
Because
ears too small?
My ear holes are tiny.
Yeah.
Okay.
They just don't
Well, why
fit.
wouldn't they just like
I don't. Some people can wear AirPods
I know.
and it's no issue, and I just can't. I
Yeah.
can't.
Love AirPods.
I had to
and
get
they
like
fit
special,
snugly in your thing.
I just don't get
in
it.
your ear
I
hole.
tried all of the little thingies that like go on
Ears.
there,
Yeah.
and none of them fit.
Yeah, they all pop out and
Yep.
it pisses me off.
Yep, it makes me really annoyed. So I've been considering getting a little chain for the ends.
Yeah. Do you have AirPods?
I
Though?
do, yeah.
You do. So
Yeah.
that would be a good way to adapt
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
Yeah, so that's what Craig's getting. And then we decided against a Nintendo Switch.
Oh shoot, why?
Yeah, for this year. Because we're going to Florida.
Oh, nice.
So that's
exciting.
going to be our extra
Heck yeah.
family present.
I think honestly that
end
would
of
be so
February.
much better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The boys will see the
I love
ocean,
trips.
ride on the airplane. It's a direct flight out of Cedar Rapids.
Oh, nice. That'll be great.
What,
no
uh,
layovers.
What airline?
Allegiant.
I don't know if they have free movies.
Nope, they don't have any in-air
Leave
flight.
an iPad or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
That'll
Yeah.
be fine.
That was nice about
Download a
Delta.
couple
You just bring
movies.
your own your headphones, and they have almost every movie, every kid show.
Nice. Nice.
But I thought Cutter would enjoy looking out the window. Like,
Yeah.
Cutter, look out the window. And he'd be like, shut it. Can't watch my movie. I'm like, okay. Like, I didn't even get to be, I don't remember my first airplane ride till I was like, what, 20?
yeah.
I was in second grade and I got so motion sick. I slept the whole time because I was just vom.
Oh.
Terrible.
That's awful.
Yeah.
Are you still pretty sick when you fly?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like any shift or like turbulence or like you know how some people really like that feeling when you're on a roller coaster, like in your stomach?
Yeah.
No, it makes me like want to puke. So
Oh.
it's not good.
That's a bummer.
Yeah. I'm not
So-
a good traveler.
What part of Florida?
Fort Lauderdale.
Oh, I haven't been there.
Is that in the top part?
Nope.
right?
It's by Miami.
Okay, so it's down below.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow. Where are you staying? Airbnb, hotel?
Airbnb.
Oh, that'll be
Right
nice.
next to the beach.
You can like
Hell
cook if
yeah.
you want
Yeah.
to, like totally be on your own. Oh, that's so nice.
Airbnbs, are they supposed to like just leave food in the pantry for you to eat, or are all of them different rules?
Sometimes they have cookware, but I would imagine you bring your own food, grocery
Yeah,
shop
they
if you
have
wanna eat.
all like forks, knives, toaster, microwave. I was looking at a hotel, but then I was like, do I really want to be in a hotel room for 5 days with my kids?
No.
Like that's way
You
too.
have to worry about being loud and
Then
like,
they add on a microwave fee.
yeah.
Like you have to rent a microwave
And
for
like,
the
unless
week.
they have breakfast, it's really not worth it because at least then you get one meal.
No,
But
and we're right next to Jimmy Buffett's Margaritaville
cool.
Resort, so you can buy a day pass to the resort and use all of their
Cool.
pools and their private beach.
Awesome.
how long are you
So-
going? Is it like a 5-day thing?
5 days, Monday through Friday.
That's great. That's
Nice.
perfect.
yeah, I'm super pumped.
That'll be
so
perfect.
way cooler than a Nintendo Switch.
Oh heck yeah.
Yeah.
That's like memories for well, except for the youngest one. But
yes.
Well, there'll be pictures.
yeah,
and-
that's true.
Yeah.
You guys can go again in like 5 years when he can remember.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it'll be fun.
And when are you going?
End of February.
Oh, good.
Oh,
That's a good time.
nice.
So I'm super pumped.
Yes.
I haven't been on. So I went to Puerto Rico, but that was a mission trip.
Sure.
We went to Orlando, but we didn't really see the beach at all because
Yeah.
Orlando isn't really by a beach.
No, it's more
Disney
inland,
World, right?
It's like center.
Disney
Land.
World.
Yes, world. Land is California.
Yes. Do you know how you know?
L.A.
L.A. is in Disneyland, so Los Angeles. Disney World has O.R. Orlando.
Ah, cool.
So now you'll never forget it because I
I'll never
always got
forget.
them confused.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll never forget.
Helpful tip.
I saw that on TikTok. Did you see that on TikTok?
Yep.
She's on Florida TikTok right
Yes,
now.
I
Yeah,
am.
she is. She's
I
pretty
joined a
crazy.
group on Facebook. This is really good advice too. If you are going somewhere, join their Facebook group. Like Adventureland has a Facebook group and it has all of like the insider tips and trips.
Yeah.
Fort Lauderdale has like, if you're vacationing in Fort Lauderdale, they have a Facebook group that you can join and ask all of your questions, and like the locals are in there and they'll answer your questions.
Or if you have
Cool.
Reddit too, like
Yeah.
don't forget to search Reddit in case there's crazy people or like, you know, yeah.
Yeah.
Use your resources, people.
Let me know if you
Pre-plan.
see any loofahs in cars or outside of cars.
What does that mean?
It's like code.
Jinx.
Code.
For what? Like, is it a pineapple thing?
Yes.
Oh, so it's like a sex thing.
Yeah.
Oh, nasty. Fort Lauderdale, is that a retirement
I
area?
don't think so. I think that's more like because it's close to Miami, so
That's
Miami
more like
brings them-
tourist. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay.
Where's all the retirement people go?
I don't know, but that's why I was like, is that why? Because it's a bunch of retired people, like
Yes.
all just doinking around.
Yep.
Nasty.
I'd rather be that than like gang violence.
Oh God. Okay. Yeah, that's fair.
I don't know.
Either one is a no for me personally, but
Yeah. In Boston, there was like this man at the bar because Brandy, she likes to drink, so she was getting some drinks, and he just like kept looking at me like up and down and everything, and I'm like, quit looking at me, Grandpa. And he kept trying to like make conversation and everything, and then she went down a second time, and he just looked over, where's your friend at? And she had to tell him, I'm a grandma. That's my daughter. And I'm like, yeah, just don't even bother.
don't talk to people
Don't
that
talk.
you don't know.
Yeah. And she did pretty good, but because Nathan, he obviously would have
Yeah.
She could pick up like cues because she'd look at me and like give a look, and I'm like, yeah, quit talking to him, like get out of here.
Your gut
She
is
knows.
correct.
Yeah, she knows. I feel like that's just like a lady thing. Ladies know that
be.
stuff. Nathan's just
Yeah,
chatty Cathy.
He is. What about you, Sarah?
Yeah.
You
Not
had
a
just
lot. Oh, you know more than I do.
no. You
Oh.
had an anniversary.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true.
How
We've
many
been married
years?
for 10 years.
Woohoo!
Yes, pretty
I
crazy.
didn't know you had a December anniversary.
We do. Actually,
fun.
Cutter's birthday.
Did you have good weather?
Really? December 10th?
Mm-hmm.
Really? Okay.
I don't remember. What was that? Tuesday? It was fine.
Yeah, Tuesday.
It wasn't
Oh,
as
I
bad
mean,
as it
like-
was today.
I mean, like on the year you got married.
Oh gosh.
I didn't know if there would
it
be
was really
snow.
cold, but it wasn't
Yeah.
snowy at all.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, it was very windy and cold, but otherwise it was fine. Oh my gosh, Callissa's dying.
Itchy ear. It's definitely weird out here. We talk very.
Yeah.
So just for context, I took my headphones off and we're like all talking like that. It's weird. Okay. I like the
'Cause when you
headphones
can
better.
hear yourself really well, you don't have to talk that loud.
Yeah.
So it's way different. But yeah, other than that, not a lot.
Did you ever
happening.
tell people like your wedding?
What does
like-
that mean?
Like how you got married?
Oh, sometimes if people ask, I guess.
I don't know if we've ever talked about it on here.
I got married in a courthouse. Calvin and I decided to get married on a Friday, and then my mom had Wednesday afternoons off. She was like half days on Wednesdays. So we were like, that would probably be the best day. So we decided to get married like the next Wednesday. So Friday we got engaged. We decided, yeah, let's get married. And then Wednesday we got married. So there's
I
like
love
4
it.
days in between or 5 days or whatever it was. So
And how old were you?
I had just turned 21. Calvin was 20.
Yep.
So babies.
Us
Still.
youngins.
Yep.
Babies getting married.
Yep.
Did you have a house then too?
Yeah, we bought our house. We were house hunting, I think, at that point, but we didn't close on our.
My
Oh,
parents
gosh.
have taken me to go buy rocks countless times.
Alyssa's
I don't understand why they
making
didn't.
noise.
I don't know what was my parents taking me to. I was trying to put my phone on silent because it's going crazy in my pocket, but then I remembered I'm kind of like on call for spammers for the Facebook page because
Yeah, it's in your pocket.
we're doing a giveaway right now, and giveaways like cause tons of spammers and scammers. So I was like, my phone's going crazy. I'm like, oh God, is there a scammer? So I had to look at it quick, and then I hit play on my podcast that's talking about rock collections.
Oh my gosh. I was really on that side of TikTok for a while. I was watching people
Rock collecting?
find geodes, and they were like polishing rocks, and they were finding all kinds of cool rocks. And
You should get that one thing.
It's pretty.
You put
polisher.
Rock tumbler.
A rock tumbler.
Yeah, yeah. I actually really considered it for the
I
kids.
bet your
'cause they used
boys
to
would
bring,
love
Yeah.
that.
They used to bring rocks home like crazy. So I considered it. I think my mom actually maybe still has one, but yeah.
What's that TikTok
I would
sound?
consider
For
it.
Gan's birthday.
Yeah, you're coming home with me. It's like kids that find a cool rock.
We should, any time that we would visit my sister, I feel like we should just need to go rock hunting because they live in Decorah,
Decorah.
where there's a ton of like good streams and all that kind of rivers and all that kind of stuff. So
Yeah.
that'd be cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, you and Calvin married for 10 years.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Did you do
I
anything?
forgot what I was saying before.
You were buying a house, or you were in the process of buying a house.
Yeah, so we were house hunting before when we got married, and then we found our house like 2 days before Christmas or something like that, and then closed like I think just before the beginning of January. So we've been in our house now almost 10 years too.
Wow.
Yep, pretty crazy.
But your house is paid off.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
nice.
Damn.
Well, it was
That's a big flex.
bless my Grammy because she died and left us the money that we were able to pay off the rest
I
of
call
our
it an
house.
inheritance.
Yeah. Because my dad's dead, so then we split his inheritance between my sister and I.
Oh.
So that's why.
Okay.
Yeah, because she had 4 kids, so the other 3 all got their share.
Oh.
And then Catherine and I split my dad's. So
Oh.
yeah,
I see.
yeah.
Gotcha.
And it was just like within like $2,000 of the price of our house being paid off. So yeah, we were like, let's just do it,
Yeah.
and it's been really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a pretty big flex.
It
but
is.
Bless my Grammy for doing that.
Yeah.
I mean, not her for dying, but like just whatever. You know what I'm saying?
When one
Leaving a
door
legacy.
closes, another
Another
door
opens.
opens.
Exactly.
Yes.
That's a really sad way to put it, but yeah, that's kind of
Yeah.
That's
That's how.
Facts of life.
that's true. That is true.
Because we got money, because my mom, she gave us some Christmas money, but I think it's, where does it come from again?
SSI,
I don't know.
Social Security income from your dad,
Maybe.
because she's not 70, is she? So she probably takes his Social Security.
Okay. Yeah. So she was just like, don't go telling around how much people gave you because, and then she like started crying and was like, we worked really hard for you guys, and so, like you're giving this money, but it's like, yeah, the cost was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Catherine and I both got Social Security income because we were kids, obviously, like after my dad died. So that's like part of how we went to college was because he was dead, and so his income paid for part of our college.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't know. It's hard because there's a lot of faults with Social Security and all that kind of stuff, and I get why people hate it and different facets of that, but also it was really helpful for us. So
Yeah.
I don't know. It's tough.
I should question the system, but I don't know the system.
I know. I don't know a lot about it. I just know that there are people who are like very against it and very for it. So like there's not a lot of middle ground, it seems like, from what I've
And
heard.
see, I feel like there's just so much research that you have to do
Yeah.
within all of it, and I just
We need Nick to be here right now to talk to us about
my
it, 'cause
God,
I'm
he
sure
would
he
talk-
understands
He's
it.
probably going to listen to this and be like,
Yes.
He will not listen to this,
No,
but
because-
maybe we should tell him about it.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
Yeah.
Because he went on a rant about Social Security on his friend Zachary's podcast.
Yeah.
Oh. I'm like, you know what? I'll just leave that to you.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna worry about it
Yeah.
until it's time. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I feel like I had a lot to talk about.
Oh,
Hannah had a whole list of stuff.
Yes.
Actually, we were kind of discussing one of the things before you got here. That what's that documentary
Buy
called?
Now
Buy Now.
documentary on
so it's
Netflix.
like overconsumption.
Yes, I watched half of it.
You did? What'd you
I
think?
did.
were you scared? I was scared.
I'm super scared. Like, it's so much easier for me to not think about the effects of the
Absolutely.
environment.
Overconsumption. That's what I had on my nose.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
I was
we've
just telling
we've kind of
Sarah.
touched on overconsumption as a topic, like little bit before, but this is the documentary specifically that Hannah watched. So
Yeah, and you watched.
Yes, most of it,
Yeah.
half of it.
I watched the whole thing and I was scared out of my mind. Like I was having like a breakdown when Nick and I went out to eat. Because I'm like, I'm going to stop shaving because I'm going to stop buying all these plastic reusable things and everything. And Nick's like, you know, I have a stainless steel razor that never goes bad. Like,
Yeah.
just
You
change
change
the thing,
blades, yeah.
the blade. And I'm like, no, you have to change the blade. So then that blade is going to go somewhere on some other beach and it's going to ruin everything. So,
I do really worry about fast fashion.
yes.
yes, did you see the clip? Because I saw it on TikTok and we were talking about it in Ghana. You said right,
Yeah, I mean,
Where it
all
was
these
just, like,
beaches in the
clothes
third world
piled up.
country.
which is crazy.
It's super sad.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
And like and the fact that big corporations, they like pay under the table to a shipping container, like, hey, take all this trash and just
Yeah.
throw it somewhere. We
in
don't
another
care.
country, in a third world country somewhere. Yeah.
And the clothes are just ruined because they're on the beaches, they're sandy,
Yeah.
they're gross.
Yeah.
I'm like, why can't we just donate them to
There are tons of homeless. There are tons of like other countries who could use things. I'm not saying that they want to wear like bikinis,
third world
like,
countries,
crazy
but
stuff,
like
but
they have nothing and they would
Yeah.
appreciate anything.
yeah.
But the fact that we just have to destroy and ruin all these clothes and just
Well, and
litter
it sucks. I
their
think
land.
too that like things are so expensive that some people's only option is to buy these fast fashion things. Like it's a really hard. There's just pros and cons. It's really difficult.
Yeah.
And I don't know what started fast fashion because we didn't
don't
have
know
that
either.
growing up, did we?
No. Well, there definitely weren't.
Not as much, I don't think, at least.
What really makes me sick is the hauls.
Yeah, we talked
Like,
like see.
when they throw all the bags and they pile them like all the way up.
And like
it's
half that
like,
stuff gets returned.
that's my entire wardrobe
Right.
right there. You just bought, I mean, at least $1,000 worth of stuff that half of what you're going to return. And where do those returns go? You see people open like, oh, these are, you can buy a pallet of returns.
Yep.
Yep, and then they go.
And sometimes that's helpful.
The bin
but-
store, that's
Yep.
what they do. They buy
The
Amazon
pallets.
returns and then they just throw it in these big old tubs and
Yep.
people can just buy them for cheap.
Yeah.
Which is, I guess, some
That's like a
kind of
nice way to reuse
recycling.
it.
Yeah.
But it still hits on
The fact that there's that much
overconsumption.
trash and they have to create these companies to resell
Yeah,
their
it
trash.
still hits on the overconsumption thing because people then wait and they go to these places instead.
And I've been to
buy
these
stuff, so-
stores and some of the stuff, I'm like, who the hell would want to buy this?
Yeah.
And it's something stupid.
Yeah.
But there's someone out there who would want that.
That's like people who, okay, and this I also feel like is a twofold thing, but people who buy stuff specifically for reviewing. I don't know if you're on that side of like TikTok or anything, where they're like, I'm going to give my real opinion about this, because usually it's like mostly sponsored content that people
Or
review
they're
it,
getting
you know?
a commission from their Amazon link. So
Exactly.
they're like, oh, yes, I love it. Return.
Yes. Yes. So then like people who are not affiliated buy it and they're like, is this actually worth it?
Well, that
So
goes with
people
like
that-
anybody with anything. When they're like,
Well, right.
you used to trust these influencers. You really used to trust their, like, yeah, I really trust you. But then you click on that link, they get paid.
I'll tell you where that started with makeup, at least, because that's where I was when this started for me, was the Morphe
Yeah.
back in the day,
'Cause
2016
Jaclyn
era.
Hill would always
Yep,
talk
Jeffree
about
Star.
Morphe. Now
Yep.
Morphe's broke.
Yeah, they filed for bankruptcy, and they owe Jeffree Star like $1 million, and they
James
owe
Charles,
James
right?
Charles 2.2 or something million
Jeez Louise.
I don't know why.
because they filed for bankruptcy
No, but
when they still owed these people debt from their collaborations.
oh, jeez,
Yeah.
it's sick.
See, but that's what I'm saying. You can't trust people because they made so much money off of their product. So
Yeah, if I ever recommend something like on the blog or anything like that,
You
it's-
truly like it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like, I found this and it has changed my life.
Right.
So
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm always weary of buying things specifically for that reason.
yeah.
Gadgety stuff.
Well, and the things that when you would buy expensive clothes, it's because you were buying for quality
Yeah.
and they were supposed to last.
Right.
And then me and Sarah were talking off camera before Calissa got in. You know, when you bought a phone, you could replace the battery, and
Way back in
it'd still
the day.
be you. And then
We're
it'd
talking
still
like
be
when
fine.
you could slide the back off of. That's what you were saying.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I know I had Samsung and
My Motorola Electrify.
Yep. Exactly.
But you
exactly.
could, instead of buying a new phone, just change the battery, and it's good. Now it's just gotten to a point like, nope, throw the whole phone away, get
Yeah.
a new phone.
Calvin worked at a cell phone company for a handful of years, 6 years or something. And when his grandpa was still alive, they would talk about this all the time because he was an avid flip phone user, like the basic flip phone. And so he was always like, I think my battery's not working anymore. Is there a place that I can buy a battery? And Calvin's like, dude, good luck.
No.
Like people don't even do that anymore because it's just
Yeah.
almost impossible.
Yeah.
Because these companies made it impossible.
Yeah. And that was years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I don't know when Apple got sued for doing that.
It was a handful of years ago now, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's still like when you bought something, you were buying it for it to last, the
Yeah.
quality.
But then people like Apple were specifically slowing the devices down so that you had to upgrade and buy new ones.
They quit
So-
you couldn't slide the back off anymore and change the battery. They quit doing that. And then, the updates, anytime you updated, your phone would go crap and then, new phone. Here's a new iPhone,
I
whatever.
thought there was stuff too about like the microchips for a while too, right? Where there was like something with the microchips was they changed something so that they like couldn't be replaced and you had to
Maybe.
get something. I don't know. That could be totally wrong, but
But this guy on the documentary, he was putting something in like old technology, like laptops and computers, and he would track to see where they would go. And they ended up somewhere in a third world country, and these people were just disassembling them and taking them apart. But they had to wear these masks because it was so toxic.
because it's lithium,
Oh my
they have lithium
gosh.
batteries. Those are the ones that explode, right?
Yeah, so you see these people on their hands and knees, like disassembling
Probably
all
trying
of
to
them.
resell stuff.
I don't know what they were doing. But he's like, oh, that's where they're going. And he's like, you think you're throwing it away to throw it away, but nope, it just gets sent somewhere else.
Yeah. It does make me sick.
Yeah.
It's so much easier to not think about it. I know that sounds very privileged of me to say, but
And because we can, because like they're not dumping,
It's not here.
it's not here.
Yeah, it's not
we
in your
don't see
face.
it. If they were to dump it here, there'd be riots.
yeah.
Yeah,
It'd be like, no.
but we talked about too before you got here, like
I
the
was
difference
only
of-
8 minutes late, you guys.
I know, but I was a couple minutes early, so I got here like right when she did.
Yeah.
But we talked about now I forgot what I was gonna say.
Sorry. You guys covered a lot of topics while I was gone.
Yeah. Oh, we talked about how like one person's impact versus like if it was a global change
Yeah,
or
so
like a country change.
I was like fighting in my head, like,
Yeah.
how the hell am I supposed to stop it?
Exactly.
Like, because there's plastic all around us. And I'm like, how can one person do this change? And there really is no.
But the point of the documentary is to make everyone aware.
Yeah.
So that at least it's a wide scale like knowledge, because there's tons of people that don't know.
Yep. And so the reason why it's probably a good thing to bring this up is because when I try to go shopping, because usually I'd go into TJ Maxx and I'd be like, oh, look at this, look at this, look at this.
Right.
Now it's like, oh my gosh, why are they making this? Like, this is junk. This isn't going to last. And so
Yeah.
my mind has totally changed when I go into a store now. Like, even like Target, they have their dollar stuff.
Yep.
I'm like, this is literally trash.
Yep.
Like, it's not quality. You buy it for you pay what you get.
Yeah, this kind of reminds me this time of year. People who decorate from like the dollar store or from the dollar spot at Target, and it's just so you can change your decorations every year, which I totally understand. But then you throw it away because you're done with it, and it's like junky.
Yep.
So then
And I
where
think
does it go?
a scary quote. I think it was said on TikTok. Everything you've owned in your lifetime, it's still on this planet.
Oh, shit.
Like everything you've ever owned,
Yeah, isn't
it's
that crazy?
still left. It's still here.
Every Diet Coke cup that you've ever drank
Oh my
from
gosh.
is still here.
That's why I don't understand why people have like everyone's like, oh, a Stanley really saves the environment because,
well, when they keep
you
producing
keep reusing it. And it's like, well, when
Mass
you have
producing
20
it.
Stanleys,
Yeah.
Right.
like, that
See, that's
doesn't-
still overconsumption.
doesn't help.
That's why I don't get, and this is no shade to anyone that does this, but this is why I don't get people who collect like travel cups. I have 4. I have 2 plastic ones that I use for water, like that are smaller, and then I have 2 big like water bottles. And that's it.
Yeah.
They're in a rotation so that when I wash one, I still have the other. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
but
I think the
I don't
mindset
need,
is
like 60
totally
cups.
the mindset is different because I
Yeah.
think some influencers like, oh, I don't need 40 Stanleys. Let's get rid of some. So she got rid of them, and then she's
where
like,
do they
I'm getting
go?
brewmate.
Oh my God.
That's
So
not.
silly. I just don't get it.
Yeah,
I did hear good things about roommate recently, though.
I do like the fact that the straws are rubber. So like, because my kids like to drink out of my.
And they don't chew them then.
Well, they haven't chewed, but like I'm afraid they're gonna like
Oh,
Oh,
bonk
hit
themselves.
bump their teeth or
their teeth or their
Yeah.
upper mouth.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Although they're not clear. So what if you get a spider in there?
Sarah,
I mean, I'm just saying.
God.
I'm just saying.
Again, it's easier to not think about that.
Okay. Well, my plastic ones that I have that I take like to work and stuff, I make sure that the straws are clear so that I can see if something crawls inside there. My water bottles have the folding one so that things don't get inside there because it creeps me out.
Some people have like
nervous.
little lids that they put on their stand.
Yeah,
Like,
that
Yeah,
thing
the
that
thing that
TJ
TJ got us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was so cute. But then I'm like, how many are they gonna make? And then they like litter all over them.
Yeah, that's true.
It's just, I want to be in the Christmas spirit, but it's like, oh man, like it's just hard to think about that stuff.
This
yeah.
is partially why we don't really buy gifts for our kids because they're not old enough to appreciate things the way that we do as adults, and we've just already gone through so many stages of purging things that I'm just like, I don't want to buy more for them to not
More,
play with after like a week.
You know what really
So-
freaks me out? Diapers.
Yeah,
I know,
that's why people do cloth diapers.
but that's like, what do you do with that cloth diaper?
There's a lot of people who reuse them for rags and stuff like that. But well, if you clean them properly, then they won't be like gross and stuff. But yeah,
Yep, the diapers.
Every single diaper I've touched is still on this planet.
yep, just buried under the earth somewhere.
And are there cloth diapers for older people?
You absolutely could do it. Yeah.
There are in the nursing home.
Really?
Yeah.
People make cloth pads and stuff for periods. I'm sure that people do it for diapers.
They in the nursing home I worked at in New Hampton, they still use usually families supply them, but if you're like Title 19 and you don't have anybody that supplies them for you, then we have cloth diapers that they use, which they just don't work as well.
You have to be very diligent about certain aspects of them.
Oh my gosh, now I'm thinking about all of the adult diapers that I've touched that are still on this planet.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. And
that's giant poops.
I told this to Sarah because I was like not crying, but I was like, Nick, why can't they just burn everything? And he's like, you really want all that stuff going in the air and then we have to breathe it in? And
Yeah.
I'm like, true.
Like I think
Yeah.
everyone should just wear a gas mask for like the next 10 years, and we should just get rid of everything.
Yeah.
It's just like a
Light it
24/7
on
gas
fire.
mask.
Oh, we are not
Yeah.
going to solve this problem on this podcast, but it is
No,
worth
but-
thinking about.
I'm just saying, it was an interesting topic.
It
that
is.
Nick brought up.
And
And I did see that stuff on TikTok. So
I've switched to 2 different I bought a facial oil cleanser, and then I've been using beef tallow for moisturizer.
oh, nice.
And I feel like it's made of.
I was going to
looks
say, your
good.
skin looks great.
Thanks, except for this because I was picking at it really
Yeah.
bad.
Oh well, that's what we have stickers for. It's fine.
Yeah. I have a pimple on my chin for those that can't see. But now I'm like, I really like these 2 things, and I got gifted a bunch of beef tallow for Christmas.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
But the thing is, that's
Like
nice.
good quality.
I can take that jar and like, here you go. Can you just refill it? And she'll just use that same jar.
Oh, nice.
Oh, do
So
you
I'm
buy
like-
local from somebody?
Yeah, she's local in Charles City, but I'm sure there's someone here too.
Yeah.
But the fact that they're like, oh yeah, just bring your jar in and I can just refill it.
You'll have to give me her name.
I will.
Yeah.
But
We'll
then
all
I
have
look
beefy
at
skin.
all my skincare, quote unquote, stuff that's just
There's so
sitting
much
on my.
junk in it.
It's junk. And I'm like, can't throw it away because that's gonna.
I was just
Gonna be in
talking
there.
actually to someone that we know who's an esthetician, and she was saying that my skin looks nice lately because I had seen her like a year ago for something else, and I was like, yeah, the less I do, the better it is. Like wash it every once in a while, moisturize, done.
Yeah.
What do you use?
I use.
Oh, what's
like
your skin type?
Dry combination.
Okay. And then what's your facial cleanser?
I use like an oil-based makeup remover, and then I usually use.
I'm hearing
Any
really
cream.
good things about like the facial oils in general. instead of like the exfoliating. You're like just tearing your skin,
Then
opening
I use Vanny Cream.
Vanny Cream. Yep.
And I use their face wash and their moisturizer.
Okay. Vanny Cream. Heard good things about them.
They're relatively clean for
Yeah.
what they are.
I wash my face in the shower.
With like water. It's totally cool.
That's the end of my skincare routine.
You don't moisturize?
Moisturize? Really? Your skin doesn't like suck up and like get dry?
Don't you have well water?
Yeah.
You should definitely moisturize.
Do you see? Am I dry?
I don't know. Are you? You
What,
tell me.
what's your skin type? I'm oily.
Swedish, German.
Like you don't feel like you're like dry, like in your.
If I'm sometimes dry, I have like I have a crunchy moisturizer.
Okay.
That's the brand.
crunchy,
They're like a makeup brand that's supposedly clean.
Clean beauty.
Yeah. I don't know how much I believe that. 'cause
I
it's makeup,
know because
Yeah.
in the documentary they were talking about green lies.
but yeah.
Yes.
And how
Greenwashing
company,
is huge.
yeah. And this lady, she walked in the grocery store and she said, "Yep, all these things that say recyclable are not. Like, let's look at your McDonald's cup because
It
I
says
tried.
recyclable.
I tried to recycle it, and then the city wouldn't take it because they're like, this isn't recyclable.
The lid or the cup?
Oh, the whole thing.
Oh, well, I still put them in there.
And
Hide 'em
I'm
at the bottom.
like, really?
Yeah.
Because Nick buys so much, and I buy so much Starbucks, and I can't eat. Like, I thought I'd like, yeah, I'll help out.
You should buy. That's the one time where, like, if you're an avid coffee buyer from places, like, if you have a reusable cup, then I would say, please.
But how
do
does that work in the drive-through?
I would say probably what I would do is I would tell them, hey, I have a reusable cup. Can I pull it when I get up to the window? Can you use my reusable cup? I would probably discuss it with them beforehand.
I don't know if they can do that because like
I know Cabin did for a long time,
even like
and you'd get a discount. You get 5% discount if you brought your own cup.
patient water pitchers, you're not supposed to bring it to like the fountain. You're supposed to like bring a pitcher to the room.
Does that have to do with germs?
Yes. Contamination. So
Yeah.
I don't know if they can use your own cup.
Yeah.
They did. They
Because-
used to at Cabin. I don't know. Maybe I don't know if they've stopped.
And is Cabin global?
It's I doubt it. It's a franchise, but I don't know if it's just like Midwest or what.
Right. Because Starbucks, they're like,
Global, yeah.
who knows? But like, I think I'd be a little weary.
But they also
I'm
sell
like,
cups. They sell their own cups. So honestly, it would kind of surprise me if they didn't allow the use of their own cups.
It depends on like the
Otherwise, like literally,
hygienics of
what's the
it. Like,
point?
oh, let me touch your nasty cup.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I would ask
Because Nick, he never used to wash his coffee pot
why.
because it's
Builds
seasoned.
character.
It's like cast iron pans. It just like
It had flavor in it.
Yeah,
And one
it's
time I washed
flavorized.
it because I'm like, this thing is nasty. And I like, cleaned it. It was shining. And he's like, what'd you do to this? And I'm like,
My dad was the same way.
so yeah, a lot of
must
his
be a
coffee
coffee
mugs
people
are
thing.
like stained, but he
Ew.
likes it like that. Yeah, but he's a Starbucks drinker.
I know he's weird about his coffee. Gets like
It's just
5
black
coffees
coffee.
a day.
It's just black coffee. And
Yeah, but he gets like 2 in the morning, and then he gets 2 decaf
He
in the
gets-
afternoon.
something like that. But he says Starbucks has the best black coffee. And I'm like, there's other coffee places too.
I am a little surprised you guys moved further away from Starbucks.
Not that I told him. I said that. I'm like,
I
we're
mean,
not
you
going to be
could go to
close to.
Hy-Vee. That's like not that far. That's like 5 minutes.
But he's got to go in.
he's a drive-through.
He likes
person.
the drive-through.
Yeah, I forgot.
And they literally, he pulls up, hi, Nick, same thing. Yep. I'm like, nice.
ridiculous. Why
Can they see you on the drive-through?
Yeah, they have a little
cameras.
camera.
Why don't they buy? Why doesn't he buy coffee grounds from Starbucks and make his own?
I think he did, and he just said it didn't taste the same.
Oh,
I don't know. He's the coffee nerd. I'm just like, coffee,
yeah,
gross.
I don't get it personally, but
And then
Whatever.
I had overconsumption. So the holidays, did any of you guys eat turkey?
Yes.
for
Big
Thanksgiving.
old turkey leg.
For Thanksgiving, yeah.
Do you know what brand you got it from?
Oh, I have no idea.
Hy-Vee.
My mom got it.
Don't buy Butterball. I'm just kidding.
Why? What was up with the Butterball thing? Because I saw that on there and I was like, what's going on?
They were being sexually assaulted.
Who were
Turkey.
Oh yeah, I heard. I think I did hear about that. The workers were like doing naughty things with the birds.
naughty things to these poor
Apparently, that's
turkeys.
very common.
What?
Yeah.
But this has been 10 years ago. This has been happening
Yeah.
since 2006.
Yeah.
And someone that came forward and he like anonymous. He was like, I'm just going to speak out against Butterball. I've seen things and they do nothing to like
Put
to
the
these
kibosh on it.
workers.
Ooh.
But then someone from Butterball is like, I worked at Butterball. These are not Butterball employees that are doing these to these turkeys. It's just hangers. I think live hangers. That's what they call these people that are supposed to kill
They're
them.
like a third-party person.
Yeah, and just they're supposed to defeather them, kill them, defeather them, and hang them.
For the blood. Gets the blood out.
But they're not Butterball.
Employees.
Employees.
It's what's that called when it's a third party? They're like contract workers, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're like, it's not Butterball, it's these contract workers. So then I remember PETA, they would always talk about how cows were assaulted and all these other poor animals that are being.
I'm not surprised. People are disgusting.
They are.
I am so surprised.
Really? I'm not.
Oh my God.
It was
We are a
horrifying.
disgusting race of people.
Yeah. Men. I'm just kidding. Not
Everyone.
really.
Well, it's not
It's
women
not just
doing
men.
it.
Well, but honestly, it's not just men. Women are gross too. Like,
Oh, yeah.
we're all disgusting.
Yeah. So yeah, and then I just thought so, but that was happening to Butterball, and then I remember hearing all these other stories. Like I think her name was Polly the orangutan. Super sad. This orangutan that was just used for prostitution
So
for
sad.
these palm oil farmers.
You know what? Orangutans can literally kill you.
But
hope
no,
that
she got
did.
her as a baby and conditioned her
Oh,
and conditioned her to be like this.
that's sad.
Yeah. So then when they finally rescued her, she was shaven every day. Every single day.
Shaven?
Shaven. So these farmers could just
That's disgusting.
assault her. And then she grew her hair back. She was healthy. She was living her life. And she saw the madam. I think that's what they're called.
Yeah.
The madam came in just to see her. And this orangutan went literally apeshit. She was like throwing a tantrum, screaming, throwing her feces at the madam. She's like, "Get this woman away from me!" Like,
Yeah.
if a orangutan could talk.
Yeah.
So
That's really sad.
these workers are like, "All right, let's arrest this madam because this orangutan is obviously scared of her."
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's sad.
You know how I do like a summary of all the things we talk about in the episode?
That's not going to go on there.
I did not expect bestiality to be.
We don't do that. That's going to get us like, we're not monetized, but demonetized.
Yeah, trigger warning. But yeah, the holidays. So I was talking about overconsumption and then Butterball turkeys because that was everywhere in my feed. Because all these
Really?
people, they saw a Butterball turkey in their fridge, and these women would just cry and hug this poor turkey, like, "I'm so sorry."
I think I saw one thing about that, but it wasn't my whole feed. That's
It
for
was
sure.
my whole feed of Butterball turkeys. And I'm like, dang. So I asked people, I'm like, what are you making for the holidays? And they're like, just a ham. And I'm like, pass. I mean, that's a good pass. Like,
I
sure.
mean, I'm sure it happens to pigs too.
Oh, I know.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Well, I know where my pigs come from, so
Yeah, true.
yeah, we're having ham, a
thing.
good old Reichsview ham. So
I don't care for ham. Prefer turkey or chicken.
I like my chicken super, super moist.
Yeah.
And this guy, he made a turkey, and it was so good. He not basted.
Yeah, you could baste it.
No.
inject it,
Oh, what's that word?
stuffed,
When they put it in the smoker.
No, you put it in the juicy.
marinade.
Brined it. He brined it for a week.
I see.
Wow,
And
That's
it was
commitment.
the juiciest, moistest turkey I've ever had.
Moistest.
moistest.
But I'm like, this is freaking
We just got
good.
canceled.
Yeah. Yeah, you can cancel all that orangutan talk. But I just remember hearing all those stories about all these animals, and I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with people?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Pretty gross.
Yeah. So that I think that's like my eyes just opened up, and I'm like, oh my god, I see everything horribly now.
Yeah.
The
They talk
world's
about
on
abuse of
fire.
animals in terms of just like poor living conditions and stuff like that, but it's more than just that. People be nasty.
Yeah.
Speaking of being nasty,
Uh-oh.
we should talk about Nurse Hannah.
Oh.
Have you guys?
Okay, you're gonna have to explain more of this to me because
good.
I think
I watched
I
the
only caught on
whole
at the
It's
very,
not like a
very end.
whole. Oh, you watched the YouTube.
Okay,
Yes.
I only caught on at the very, very end.
So
I
she
don't
was
really know, like, a
originally
couple
called
things.
17 Diapers
Yes, and I don't know why.
because she would just have 17 diapers laying around.
So
Dirty?
her
Dirty.
thing is she came on and she's like, I'm a mom, I'm postpartum, and
She had one child at this time.
Yes. She's like, I just, it's hard being a mom and all of this stuff. And, I just have we're just going to see how many diapers I have laying around my house. If I had to guess, it was probably 50 diapers just laying around my house. And she went around and she counted and she picked up 17 diapers.
They stink, though. Why would she leave
She
them?
said, my house smells so bad right now. This is probably why. And so she just leaves the diapers everywhere. She changes them wherever. And then she comes and picks them up at the end of the day. Allegedly, she picks them up at the end of the day. Also, who changes their kids' diapers 17 times in one day?
And so then she came
Considering I
on.
heard that she said she doesn't change pee diapers,
Exactly.
that seems hard to believe.
Yes. Okay. So for context, she also went on a rant that she said that she never changes her kid's diaper
Unless
if
it's
just
poop.
unless it's poop or it's really soggy. She said.
Which, like, yeah.
So
It
then
shouldn't
it's
get
like,
to that point where it's literally, like, falling apart.
Right. So that's
so people were like, some people are on her side, like, well, yeah, postpartum depression, like that can happen. And then some people are like, no, that's a biohazard. And the fact that she's a nurse and she knows what can happen to skin
She knows,
if it's
yeah.
sitting in urine all day.
Yep.
Well, my kids never have diaper rashes. My kids are always changed.
Yeah.
She went on a rant about that. She's just so hypocritical.
But then it's like rage baiting.
Yes.
The fact that some people, why would anyone want to do that? I know
Yeah.
probably to get some viewers, but like,
We're at a point.
why would you want that hate?
We've gone too far where, like, people post stuff like that.
I
It's
know.
just too much.
They want to be like,
keep things
they want to
private.
be talked about probably
Yeah.
like pro, like, oh,
Except now, people have called CPS on her. And
Supposedly.
From actually, I think I just saw it was
yeah.
confirmed that she had her kids taken away. I thought. I'm
Really?
pretty sure.
I know
because she was
CPS
on a talk
called.
show.
Okay. Maybe that was. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, so this guy, are you talking about this guy that found her address and everything?
That doxed her.
Yeah.
And then called CPS.
So
And supposedly it was like unfounded, but then they did it again. And supposedly things were
this
different the second
guy
time.
that went on a whole deep dive of her, found out where she lived through her husband's name and all this, said that he called CPS and everything. He supposedly was essaying people in his family.
Ooh.
Yeah, some of his family members came out like, hey, this guy is no hero. He just assaulted me when I was like 5 years old.
Oh my
So
god.
now he has people coming forward like, no, he's not a hero. He's a...
He cares about kids so that he can take advantage. Yeah. That's sad.
So now people are like, what the hell is going on?
I don't know.
And so then now people are talking about him, and he deleted everything. He deleted
so you
all
know it's
his...
true.
Yeah. So...
This is bad all around.
Yeah.
It is. So, but then, people thought that her kids got taken away, CPS visited, and she hasn't been posting. But then 2 days later, she was on a talk show. And I don't know who this lady was.
Well, there was claims of child abuse too, like physical child abuse in terms of like
It was
the
on
kid
the
that would
video.
flinch.
It was
A
video.
deleted video.
Yes.
Which one are you talking about?
Well, I'm
the grocery
talking
cart?
about the one where the dad reaches over and flicks his son in the head when he tries to reach for a chicken nugget.
Oh,
Flicks his hand.
I was
Flicks his
talking
hand
about.
away.
Yeah.
I was talking about the one where the kiddo's in the grocery cart and the father like comes close and he's like, ugh, and he, like
Yes.
flinches away.
I
Yeah.
tried
I
the
did that to
flinch
my boys,
test
too.
with Anders, and he just looks at me like, "What are you doing?"
Yep, I did that with my kids. I just took my hand to their eyes and went like this, and my kids were like, they were doing it back to me.
Yes.
Like, is this a game?
Yes.
And so I'm like, yeah, kids should not be like,
Like
flinching
flinching
away
like that. Yeah.
from your parents' love.
Yeah. He was just putting something in the cart, and the
think
kid
he
is
was just
just
handing him
cowering.
cookies.
Yeah.
And the kid goes, ah.
Yeah. And the apology video that wasn't an apology video
My-
was so ridiculous.
my son
I don't
and my
get any
husband-
time with my husband because he's always spending
Always
so
playing.
much time with my kid
They are roughhousing. They play all the time.
And it's like, you are ridiculous.
But then someone found an old video of her, and she's like, I just hate playing with my kid. And like, we just hate playing with our kid. And now with the new baby is coming, we're trying to give him as much as attention, but like he's always like, no, I don't want to play with you. And I'm like, that doesn't make sense because your kid at that age loves playing with
crave
you.
attention.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no way a toddler is going to look at you and be like, Mommy, don't play with me.
she's also somewhat anti-doctor because she wouldn't go to get
Oh, that was
Any-
another thing.
she wouldn't get any prenatal care. She finally got talked into it at like 25 weeks. And she went and she's like, see, fine. Everything is fine. I got an ultrasound, blah, 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 blah. And she like had refused to get anything before then.
I didn't hear about all that stuff.
Yeah.
I only heard about the others.
Oh, I watched a deep dive last night
you
in
did?
preparation for this.
Yes,
Okay.
it was like it's a huge thing. I think the not getting treatment was first, and then the 17 diapers, and then
The flinching.
the flinching.
And now everything they're
the
like
CPS stuff.
retroactively going back and watching all of her videos. And there's so many videos of her and her husband eating and her kid not getting any food.
I'll get like
I
a
heard
fry, like a fry. But I'm like, your kid can't just live on French fries.
So there was one video where it's her and her husband and they're eating donuts together in the front seat. Oh. And the voiceover is
We just took our son to the park, and he was playing so hard.
he's going to go home and he's going to go right to bed. So I guess I am going to share some of my donut with him because this will be his lunch. And she picks off like a tiny bit of donut and hands it to him in the back seat. And he's just like grabs
He's
it.
starving.
Yeah. It is so
And then-
screwed up. I'll send you the video I watched last night.
Oh my gosh.
And then, so her son, she's always claiming like, oh yeah, he sleeps until 10. And I'm like, I call it a lie because I don't know any
Then
toddler that
if he's
sleeps
sleeping in
until...
until 10, then he's probably staying up until midnight.
Or he's
later.
getting drugged.
That
Or,
could be.
because her and her husband, I saw a YouTube video, but she went in to go in her son's door in her bedroom.
Locking.
And she had it locked from the outside. And she's like, all morning he bangs on the door. And I'm like, yeah,
You lock him in.
because you locked him in there and he can't get out. So then people were like, no parent should be putting an outside lock on their children's door. So that's probably why, like, her and her husband are sleeping. They can't hear him until he's pounding and they look, oh, it's 10 a.m. We should probably go get him.
That's sick.
He probably pissed his pants. He's probably hungry. He's thirsty. Like, yeah. So that was a weird, like,
That's sad.
Yeah.
I did hear about the locking thing, and then she like opened the door and they found him sleeping like on the floor in front of the door.
yeah. And people were like, look at his bedroom. Like, it's not even loved. Like, it's just
Yeah.
a mattress on the floor. Yeah. But then I watched a YouTube video because she really wants to be a vlogger.
Oh,
And
clearly, but ooh.
she was like, I've been with my toddler since 7 a.m. this morning. I'm trying to cook breakfast, do this, do this, do this. And the husband was sleeping, and she claimed her newborn was also sleeping too. And then she walked in the bedroom, and you can hear the baby. It sounded like he's been crying for a while because she asked her husband, how long has he been crying? And the husband, like, tiredly says, I don't know, just take him. And this baby has been crying for some time, and the husband just let him cry as he's trying to sleep.
It's sick.
Some people just shouldn't have kids.
Yeah.
Well, and the way that she presents herself and the way that she speaks, I absolutely believe all of the claims against her.
Yeah.
Like, there is no saving grace of, like, anything.
There's
like,
no like remorse that's
if
ever
she's
shown.
filtering her life so that she doesn't get CPS called on her, imagine how bad it really is.
I know. And the fact that she decided to post these, I'm like, that's not bad. But in the background, you can clearly see her husband grabbing the toddler and just smacking the shit out of him. And she's just eating. She's
Yeah.
always eating. And she just
How is
rolls
she
her
not,
eyes.
like 500 pounds.
She should
That's
be.
a
but
great point.
She should be.
Like,
Oh,
jeez,
and
I
then-
hardly eat as often as other people, and I'm still a million pounds. God.
Stop. The 35 jacket.
What's that?
She didn't want to buy her son
Oh, yeah,
a
the winter
jacket.
coat.
She's
Yeah.
like, I'm not spending $35 on a jacket. But then her...
$35 is like cheap for a coat.
Oh.
I'm like,
A
people
winter
spend like
coat?
$100 on a coat, and I'm like,
It was a
"Oh."
winter coat, and it was 8 degrees outside, and
Yeah.
this poor little boy's in a sweater.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I do understand.
then they go to
the
Vegas,
whole
and then
thing
they
about
eat.
like
They-
going from the car to the store type of thing. I do understand that.
Right.
But
Yeah.
when
Anders,
they're so little like that, it's really
Anders wears like a spring jacket. It's like a heavy spring jacket, but it's definitely like, I don't know what I was going to say. He wears like a spring
something that will fit
coat
in their car seat.
Yes,
is usually
that
what
fits
I
in
would-
his car seat. It's tight to his body. It's not puffy or anything like
Yep.
that.
And then they have a winter coat that they
Yeah.
use otherwise. And now my kids are at an age where I'm like, it's cold outside, you should put a coat on. And they're like, no. Then I'm like, okay, that's your choice then. You're going to be cold. That's your choice.
Yeah. Because they
And
are
then they
old
learn.
enough.
They say, yeah, it was really cold. And I'm like, yeah, you should put your coat on like I told you to.
Yep. So that's all the allegations going against her. And she's just kind of, I don't know. She hasn't posted. I keep checking every day to see if she posted a new video. Nothing. And I'm like, I want a real update, not a breaking news on TikTok.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, no, that's old news.
The Daily Mail.
I don't know if the
Breaking
Daily
news.
Mail's talked about her, but no, it's like breaking news
Google.
on TikTok.
I'm pretty sure that they did. I think that's where I saw that thing about
Oh.
whatever I was saying about the CPS thing. Pretty sure.
So yeah, that's Nurse Hannah. All right, Hannah Hiat. I tried to find her.
Reportedly under investigation.
What's
Child
the son?
Protective Service. 17 diapers mom under investigation after video of son flinching. This is Child Protective Services reports. So they are Child Protective
Actively
Services is the
investigating.
one who said we were investigating.
Yeah.
I hope something comes up.
Gross.
It's just really sad. I feel bad
And
for
she
those
just
kids.
gives nurses a bad name, and yeah.
This is that thing where when we've talked about this before, police officers, firefighters, nurses, anyone, doctors, people who have like that kind of power over other people, it draws the crazies
Yeah.
because they thrive on that. And so, like, again, becoming a parent,
Alyssa's over
becoming
here
a
like,
parent is kind
yes.
of the same thing. So,
Well, see, what I thought she had postpartum rage
could
because she's always talking about her husband. My husband gave me $10 to make a meal, and he said, "Make it delicious." Like that's how she came off in all her $10 videos. My husband gave me $10 to make a meal.
out of what?
Exactly.
It costs $10 to buy a pound of chicken.
Yeah. So, but she talks badly about her husband, like, "Oh, my husband can't hold the baby while eat, but look at me, I'm doing it."
Yeah, she always talks
So
shit
she just
about her
doesn't
husband.
like her husband.
Yeah.
So you should.
So I
pick-
think like
pick
what's
someone
happening
better.
in like her brain is like she hates her husband so much that she's like projecting
Taking
it on
the
her kid
kids.
Yeah.
because she made a child with her husband.
Yeah,
So I'm like, I wonder if it's postpartum rage
could be.
that she's going
Or
through.
she's just crazy.
You're so kind to give her that benefit of the doubt.
I did, and then I saw all these other allegations too, and I'm like, I think that's more than postpartum rage.
Yeah.
I'd be curious to see what her life was like before she had kids. If there was like instances of maybe spousal issues.
Yeah.
There has to be something because
I would guess if you go back, if they interviewed family or friends or anything, I bet
Right.
there would be something.
well, and the fact that so $35 people were like, okay, so $35 is too much for a toddler, but your husband can spend like 15 grand on hunting gear.
Yeah, I saw that.
So
And
then
if
it's
they're
like
going out to eat, they're spending at least
Costs a lot.
$30 on just the two of them to eat.
Yeah.
it's more than
So-
$30 to eat.
Well, like if they're getting fast food or something.
Wingstop, I don't know how much that is.
Wingstop's expensive.
So they-
I'm talking like going to McDonald's.
Yep, they go to McDonald's a lot too.
Like you can spend. I spend $30.
We know way
for
too
me and
much
my two
about
kids
these
to eat.
people.
Yeah,
Do you know what I
it's like
mean? It's like we know their habits. We know what their inside of the house looks like. We
Yeah.
know, you know.
See, but this
it's
is
just-
the problem with people who like. I don't like when people film their lives anymore. I think it's weird.
I do.
Yeah.
But I just like
I do
that's
because
that's what my life looks like.
Sometimes it's interesting, but also like we do know way too much. Like I shouldn't know what the inside of your car looks like. I shouldn't know what the inside of your house looks like. Like I shouldn't know what your kid's bedroom looks like. I shouldn't even know what your kids' faces look like. Like it's too much.
Yeah.
It's too much. This
That's-
world is just so weird.
That's the family vloggers. And do you know the Boom family? I think they're called the Boom family. We bring the boom. Dun, dun,
Nope.
dun. The Costco guys. We're
Nope.
Costco guys.
Nope.
This guy, I think he was a wrestler back in his prime, WWE.
Boom.
I think they're called it's like Big AJ, the Rizzler, AJ, and
I do know the Rizzler because I
that little kid.
called Calvin the Rizzler, and he's like, "No, that's a real kid. You shouldn't call me that." I was like, "Oh,
Okay, so this guy, he was a WWE.
oh, I see the picture of them. Wow,
And
there's like
then-
8 of them."
He tried to make it on YouTube, but like this was back when YouTube was YouTube. Like you didn't get the sponsorships like you do today. And he would post family vlogging. It just wasn't taking off. I don't know how many views he was getting. And then he went to TikTok and he tried to talk about like accounting and money saving to people. And then him and his one son made one TikTok video. We're Costco guys. Of course we like the chicken, whatever, wrap. But we're Costco guys. Of course we're going to eat the double chunk chocolate cookie. And it just went viral. Now they're everywhere. And it's like he's exposing his children to a world that they really don't understand. They probably understand, but they don't grasp it.
Yeah.
So people are kind of pointing out, like, behind the scenes, he's telling his son, no, say it with more enthusiasm. Let's try again. And then he records, and they do it again. They do their little bit. And the son just isn't giving enough enthusiasm. And the dad's like, come on. Like, AJ, I think his name is AJ. So it's just like, it's not even fun family content, I'm sure, anymore for these kids. It's more like, we have to read the script, do exactly the same enthusiasm as our dad.
Have you seen the mom vlogger who is their dog died, and so she's sitting in her front seat with her kid, and she's
Yeah.
she's filming herself, and she's like,
Look more
we're so sad. We're so sad that the dog has died. And she's like, okay, you need to look like you're crying more. This is for the thumbnail. You need to look like you're crying more. You need to be more sad. You need to be more sad. And he's like, Mom, I am crying. And she's
Yep.
like, okay, but come on, lay your head on me just like this for the thumbnail. Okay.
Oh,
Okay,
we
we
got
got the
it.
thumbnail. Okay, all right. Anyway, and she like pushes him away.
Like, Ruby Frankie, there's so much more than, there's going to be more than one Ruby Frankie.
Speaking of, how do you feel about the documentary about that's coming out, or that did come out?
Is it a
haven't
documentary or
seen
movie?
it.
I don't recall, but
thought it was a movie.
I heard that the kids were really upset about it.
Oh,
Dude,
then I won't watch it.
It's to the point where documentaries are just, like, not really caring how, like, the real people were
Yeah.
affected by it. They're just doing it for money.
Yeah.
Because someone watched the John
And it
Benet
was, like,
Ramsey
so fast,
case
too. It
on
came out super
Netflix.
fast.
They
Yeah.
said this was trash.
Yeah.
Well, there's nothing new that they're going to tell us.
No.
In every documentary about
information.
cold cases.
It's just
There's no information.
money grab, money grab, money grab.
Yeah.
Because people are going to watch it.
And people won't watch with the dad in it anymore because they feel like he's just not like he apparently.
Which one are you talking
to some
about?
degree, the John Benet Ramsey thing.
Oh.
To some degree, I get it. Like he apparently only allows certain questions and like refuses to answer other questions, and like he has full control over like all the content and stuff that goes into it. But it's
Yeah.
like there might be more than what the dad is saying. I don't know, because a lot
Yeah.
of people think it was a family member that did it.
There's a lot of
So I don't know. It's just really
lots of unopened
yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
I don't know. Someone knows something.
Sometimes the documentary industry gets too crazy though.
They do. Yeah.
Well, and then like you watch a documentary and you're like, I am fully invested. I completely believe
Yeah.
this. And then you're like, these people who
You
made
watch
this
something
documentary have
else.
were paid off by this person to make this
Exactly.
documentary, and they
You
want you
watch
to think
something
this
else
way.
and it's
So then
completely
it circles
opposite.
back to the buy
A lot of
now.
bias.
Like, what am I supposed to do, or what are people supposed to do when they watch a documentary?
Yeah.
Okay, like, what was that supposed to, like, just open my eyes up a little more? Like, it doesn't, like, this is how you can help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing. So I'm like, what, is it just a scare tactic? And I don't know. Like, what's
Well,
the,
it depends. Like, do you remember? Gosh, his name was something Avery, and he was like a dump yard for like cars, and he killed the girl supposedly.
the making of a murderer?
Yes, and someone else.
Oh yeah.
Someone else did like a second documentary about
remember
that, and we're like,
that.
no,
Yeah.
this was all malarkey. Like the whole thing that was in that first documentary was all lies.
What?
Yeah.
Gosh.
So I don't know. I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
there's a lot of
But
there's
then,
a lot
like-
of bias that goes into that kind of reporting.
What credibility does that person have? You
I don't
know what I
know.
mean? It's like, what are they getting?
I
paid
don't know.
for?
That's why I'm saying, like, it depends.
Like,
really is
Dan Schneider,
things
he's
are
coming out
easily
with his
skewed.
documentary saying that documentary was full of lies. And
Yeah, I
we're
don't
like,
know.
oh, okay.
Yes. I'm gonna documentary your documentary.
It's just so crazy.
Yeah, I think it's just like a fast money grab and
Yes,
everything.
absolutely. Because they know that people. That's like, we're just in the documentary era.
Yeah. Like people
People
want to
love
watch the
that.
creepy. They
Yes.
want to watch the.
We're in the true crime era for sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's really scary because these are real true crimes of real people. And
Yeah.
And some of the
they're just
families
being
really don't want to
exploited.
participate. Yeah.
Speaking of, which one's your favorite? Not your favorite, but which one really grabbed you?
The Avery one really grabbed me.
Documentary or
Yeah, or just like a cold case.
there is one Munchausen's by proxy case, and the boy's name was Gannon,
Oh.
and I have a son named Gannon, so that one always sticks with me. It was just so sad. It was awful.
There's another Munchausen by proxy case by an influencer who was
Yes.
purposely.
Oh, with the daughter,
Dosing
you're
her
saying.
child with lorazepam to make her go into a coma.
Oh.
And
Sick.
they operated on this child because of they were I don't know if they did like an exploratory craniotomy or whatever
Oh my gosh.
to figure out why she was so sleepy all the time. And then they finally, after the brain surgery, she went through brain surgery before they did a toxicology report
would
on the
they do
baby.
that?
And then found out that the mom was dosing her with lorazepam at the hospital.
Why would they not do an oncology report? That is insane.
Yeah. And the mom, she was still posting.
Yes.
And she'd like have these fake tears because people were like, look how weird this video is. And the mom would be like, I need coffee.
Yeah, I remember we talked about this a little bit before. And
I'm
you
like,
said that they had another daughter that had died.
I just found out my baby's brain is full of tumors, but anyway, I need a
need a
coffee.
Okay.
And it's like, what?
Yeah.
What, lady?
Yeah.
I did see a video, and I am an aspiring TikToker.
No, I never see you post.
I know, I never post, but I did see a video that was really interesting the other day, and it was a realistic what I got my kids for Christmas, and I thought that was really interesting. Like, actually, I like the realistic ones, but then it's like, how realistic are they really? But
So far, we've gotten our kids 2 video games. That was all Calvin. Oh, and an alarm clock, which was also Calvin.
yeah,
Nice.
yeah,
Yeah. I'm watching this. I think he's something Bradley. But he's a reuser. He's what I would like to be. Reuses everything that he was ever gifted, or he regifts them. And he's like, you don't need to spend that coffee. You don't need to buy that. Just make it at home, or like whatever. And I'm like, that's something I'd like to be. But it's also crazy how fast everything has to be. Like, oh yeah, I have to get my Starbucks and my this and my this and this and this. And he's seeing it like, no, you don't need all that.
yeah.
So it's interesting, but then it's, yeah, my eyes are just wide open and I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
What do you do?
What do you do? Well, you
Try
could
to be
spread
more purposeful.
You could spread awareness of the documentary
Yeah.
on our podcast that's listened to by millions of viewers. And maybe they'll watch the documentary and make changes in their
One
their
of our
life.
listeners is this girl named Kaylee, right?
Yes.
Kaylee.
Yes.
And she was one of the girls that I think saw Nick in one of the shows. And it was-
Nashville, I think you said.
Oh, yeah. And she was like, is your wife here? And Nick's like, no, she's going to San Diego, so she'll be at the next show. And she was like, oh, I love listening to her and her friends' podcast. Like, I just wish I could meet her and everything. So shout out Kaylee.
Yes.
If you're ever in the area, let us know.
Yes. Because her sweet husband messaged the 30 and 30
Crying and
crying
crying.
and trying. I was going to say flirty.
30, flirty, and thriving. Close.
And he's like, yeah, my wife listens. And if you wanted to give her a little shout out. So we're giving Kaylee a shout out. Thank you for listening. Also, your wedding pictures were very pretty. You had a winter wedding, I think. Just she had the winter shawl.
Oh, with the fur.
Yes.
Yes.
That's nice.
So I'm like, that's definitely winter.
Yeah.
Winterish.
Yeah.
My mom wanted
Or
me
like
to have
late fall at least.
I would have loved to have had a winter wedding.
My mom was trying to push us to have a winter because
Yeah.
the farmers weren't in the field.
Yeah, it was so hot the day of your wedding too. It was very hot.
But I'm like, on my luck, we'd have a snowstorm. And
yeah, it's not terrible.
if we bought all this food and like one person showed up,
Well, we
Yeah,
would've
that would
come.
be bad.
We would have still been there.
I know, but not you and the other people who were supposed to eat this food.
That's true.
That's
as
my
well.
phone.
Whoops.
Yeah, Hannah's been doing a lot of banging over there.
Banging, clanging.
Bang,
That's
bang.
okay.
Bang,
So
bang.
shout out.
Shout out to Kaylee.
Thanks to her husband. That was a really sweet
Emoji
message.
I didn't
for
see
her
that.
is a snowflake.
Yeah. We'll give her an emoji.
That's sweet.
Snowflake.
Okay.
Mine will be a turkey. R.I.P.
Oh my God, that's so dark.
I'm just kidding. But if you were affected by listening to the story, it horrified me.
Yeah.
I was horrified.
That's awful.
It is.
So do your own research about that.
Yeah.
I don't want to say boycott because I don't know enough about it, but do your own research.
You can boycott.
Shop local, people.
Yeah.
As much
Find
as you
your,
can,
find your
as much as
local
you can.
locker. Find a local farmer.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Oh my God, he doesn't do that.
We have a really nice meat locker that's only like 20 minutes from my house.
Oh, that's awesome.
So,
I always got the best
Wonderful.
lockers. The best food.
yes.
A friend of ours is a pork farmer, and we're not big pork people, but I was like, yeah, if we're ever looking for like half a pig, I guess I know where I'm going.
Yep.
And
Nice.
honestly, her bacon, that's the best bacon I've ever had. So
Do they process it too?
they send it out for processing.
Floppy
Somewhere
bacon
close to
is the
them.
best.
No. Crispy bacon.
Floppy.
Oh,
freak.
floppy bacon.
Floppy bacon.
We're gonna get canceled. Maybe your emoji should be bacon.
Turkey and bacon.
Turkey bacon sandwich.
I'm a disco ball because I'm so lame and I can't think of another emoji.
Oh, shoot. I didn't pre-plan for this.
I know, right? It's so hard.
What did you say?
I don't know. I don't even remember anything I've said.
Also, I think that we should probably describe why we're describing emojis. If you leave them in the Instagram comments of the photo, we're not just
we'll know
like
that you've
aspiring to
listened.
be emojis. We know that you listened all the way to the end.
Yeah. I have no idea what mine would be. You surprise me.
Yes.
Surprise me, people.
Ooh, a wedding ring for your anniversary.
Oh,
And then, Calissa, you
yes.
can be Florida, like a beach umbrella.
Beach umbrella. Yep.
Yes. And I think
Okay.
it has a towel too, right?
Yes,
Umbrella and towel.
I think so.
This has been a weird episode.
It has been weird. It's
Yeah.
been really long. Thank
I
you
know,
so much
sorry.
for listening. An hour and 10 minutes.
Who
Wow.
knows if Calissa's going to cut some stuff.
We had a lot to say.
Okay, if she
Yeah.
cuts my orangutan stuff.
Oh, yeah. We don't need to revisit that.
All right.
Anyways.
Well, thank you for listening.
Bye.
Bye.